It doesn't say that.
Good evening, everyone. I'm going to call the regular City Prescott Council meeting to order. It is Monday, December 8th at 6 o'clock. Do a roll call. Mike?
Here.
Maureen?
Here.
Adam?
Here.
Dar?
Here.
Lindsay?
Here.
And Ben is excused. Everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sorry, Maureen.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Next item on the agenda is public comments. The council will receive public comments on any issue related to agenda items. Limited discussion by the council may take place. Okay, hearing none. Next item is the consent agenda. City Council minutes from November 25th. Planning Commission minutes from December 1st. Tourism Committee minutes from December 2nd. General Fund balances in November. Cash balances in November. Paid invoices report from November. And issuance of a Class B beer and Class C wine license for 202 Broad Street.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda items 1 through 7.
And I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Is there any discussion on the motion? Not all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carried. Next item is reports of standing committees and commission. Nothing for finance. Planning Commission report from Monday, December 1st. Matt?
Thanks, Mayor. So the main items, the first item that we discussed at the Planning Commission was the facade improvement program, which we're going to get into in the actual agenda. So I'll leave that to that section. But the other item then, we continued our review of our comprehensive plan update. This is done every 10 years, so we've been going through chapter by chapter with the Planning Commission. The main discussion for the last meeting was future land use, so we went over the land use map and we went over item by item. There's a map that was put together that kind of lays out color work of where we would like to see if the community does expand housing, residential, commercial, multifamily, industrial, so we walked through those. And then Plan Commission gave their feedback, so for the next meeting we'll have an updated map for them to review. And then we have 2 chapters still remaining. The next meeting we'll have chapter 9, which will be intergovernmental cooperation, and then in February we'll have chapter 10, which will be implementation. So those are still items. And then after that we'll be moving forward with bringing that to you for a public hearing, which would be held at Planning Commission, but we'll give you a chance to review.
Mayor, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Okay, Matt, on the Planning Commission, when you discussed multi-family housing, did people recognize that that's one of the few options that in this housing market we really have to look hard at if we want new residents in the community? Because nationally, it's very expensive to build a house, so they're all over $350,000. So multifamily are the way some people are moving.
Yeah, we've talked about that. In fact, one of the things that we brought in August and September was we modified our zoning code to make high-density housing was something that Plan Commission and Council approved, and it is something that we call out in our future land use in terms of looking for opportunities where multifamily housing can go.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Matt. Next Planning Commission meeting will be Monday, January 5th at 6 o'clock. Parks and Public Works, next meeting Monday, December 15th at 5. Health and Safety, Monday, January 12th at 5. And Personnel, Monday, February 4th at 5 o'clock. The next item on the agenda is communications and new business. Public comments. The council will receive public comments on any issue not related to the agenda. Limited discussion by the council may take place. However, no action will be taken on any item. It includes receiving written requests or documentation, possible action at a future meeting. Okay, hearing none. Next item is the 2025 Facade Improvement Program. Matt?
Thank you, Mayor. So for 2025, we approved the program earlier this year. I believe it was March. Generally, it's for 6 years, and each year we have $50,000 that's available as part of the program. This year, since we approved it in March, we pushed the application back so that it was open from September 1st through the end of October. We received 3 applications, which are in your memo and the agenda packet. The 3 were at 115 Orange Street, which was a total project cost of $26,000. I'm rounding down on that. So for a matching of $13,000, 50% match per our program standards. And then 139, 141 Broad Street. This is a total program cost of just under $42,000, which would make it a matching grant of $21,000 for 50%. And then 144 Broad Street, which was a total project of $117,602,000 for a total request of $50,000, which is the maximum amount per the program. After those programs were given to Plan Commission, those projects were given to Plan Commission, they spent the month of November then looking at them and scoring them. Per their scores within the table, Orange Street scored a 32.8, 139 and 141 Broad Street scored 32.2, and 144 Broad Street scored 31. So based on that, the Plan Commission has recommended that the top 2 projects move forward. This would be a total funding then for funding both of these projects of $34,239.50. And this would leave a remainder of $15,760.50 in the program to roll into subsequent years and future funding. One item, though, that I wanted to bring up, was the 139 and 141 Broad Street project. I guess I was when I spoke to the owners, I think I maybe mispresented it, so I just wanted to bring it to council for consideration, because after the Plan Commission meeting, I talked to them. When we had talked about the windows, and it's a window replacement program for both of those buildings, the building at 139 has the historical arch. The building at 141 has like the normal rectangular window with a fake wood paneling at the top, or not fake wood, but wood paneling at the top. I was under the impression, I guess, that the reason that they were looking at the renewal by Anderson was to replace all of them with the arch windows, but after talking with them after the Plan Commission, the 141 project would retain the rectangular, because unfortunately that building has like a fake false ceiling that was put in. Mm-hmm. So in order for them to do that, there would be a substantial amount of interior alterations that would have to happen. And we did have a couple Plan Commission members who I know scored based on hoping to get the historical look. So with that being the case, wanted to just give the options for moving forward with Plan Commission or with council. One could just, again, we approve it as is currently, that was recommended by council. 2, send the project back to Plan Commission just to review to make sure everybody fully understands what the parameters were. And then 3 was we could, as part of it, require that as a stipulation that the 141 building has to have the arched exterior facade. So with that, the recommendation before you is to consider approval of the facade improvement program for 115 Orange Street, and then also for 139, 141 Broad Street. Consider those 3 options and which one council would like to move forward with. So with that, I'll turn it over for comments and questions.
I would be, I'd like to see the second approval be sent back to Plan Commission.
That you'd like to see the original windows back?
No, to have it sent back to Planning
Oh,
Commission.
And I guess if I don't know, Commissioner Gerke and the mayor, they're both on Plan Commission, so maybe I'm not, maybe you were out, I don't know how you both feel about maybe it was just my misunderstanding of what the project was, but.
I think I was under the assumption that that's the way it was going to be,
Yeah, so was I.
was with the rectangular windows.
Oh, you were?
And with the arched windows, yes.
Okay, so maybe then, based on that, if that's the assumption that the Plan Commission was under, I know one of them did put, and the other one I thought highlighted it, but maybe it doesn't have to go back to Plan Commission then.
I mean, there are 4 other people who rated it, correct?
Right.
So I guess I'd be
Yep.
concerned if they thought that as well.
could we at least ask them to get an estimate for how much that interior renovation would cost? Because I think restoring the original facade would be pretty important for the historic look of downtown.
Well, especially the Broad Street side. You know, there's more, if I remember right, there's windows to the back and everything else, but especially the ones to the main street.
Well, they have
Yeah.
apartments, and they live in above that building, and they just renovated their apartments. So I'm pretty sure, you know, that they're not gonna want to have to go in and tear up what they just redid.
Well, I'm wondering how much it would be to do that, to take,
Well,
I
it's-
mean, is
for
it,
uniformity,
it's not,
yeah.
And
yeah.
would they be willing to do that?
Well, I think it's worth asking. Because I do think that one of the charms of downtown and one of the draws is to keep the historic buildings as accurate as we can, given the circumstances of affordability. But I'd like to know what it would really cost if it's only a wooden paneling there and it's
It
not,
has to do with the interior of the
Has to do with the
building.
interior.
that's what I mean. If
I don't
that's
think
on the
it's-
interior, right?
Well, I
No,
think
but
there's
it has to do with, like,
thousands
the
of
actual
dollars involved.
structure. So I think that the ceiling goes down that low, probably,
Right.
which means they'd
How
have to
could-
like move the ceiling.
How
which
could
they're
the
probably
ceiling
not-
go down that low?
It's hard to say.
Because, I don't know, I would
They
ask.
make
Yeah.
window lights.
I would like the question asked. If it's going to go back to the planning commission, then we have time to do that. Or, I don't know.
No, I
Well,
agree with that.
we kind of got time, because I was looking at the end isn't supposed to be done until 1st of June or something of that nature.
Well, it doesn't take much,
Well, I'm just saying, no, they have time, because they aren't going to get any money until it's completed anyway. So if we went back to
Oh.
the planning commission one time, it's not going to make that much difference.
well, and we have $15,000 left over from the fund that we could choose to put towards this project if we needed to do a
Then we'd
higher.
probably have to go back and revote. And maybe they'd go with the other
The other,
project.
well,
Well, okay, explain to me what these categories mean that they're judging on. Is there any historical criteria in there?
yes, there is. I'm trying to,
What does RDJ, oh,
That's the
those are the,
initials of the
That's
people
us.
that-
oh, that's the,
that's abbreviations.
for your names.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we
Well,
took
I-
all that into consideration.
Yeah, but you know, this only comes up once in a while. You know, I mean, will we ever get another chance to have historic windows restored? And I don't know, that would make the apartment more, I would like it better if I were living there. Those are really unique windows.
Okay.
Yeah, and if the ceiling does come down that low, there are, in theory, some things that could be done relatively inexpensive to make that work, but we'd have to see.
Dar, what do you think?
I think we should send it back just for them to review it.
Okay.
And,
Yes, that's what we'll do.
and ask whether the restoration of the windows would be within something that we could do or help with, or,
What the scope of that looks like.
yeah.
Does somebody want to make a motion for that, and then that's what we can...
Do we want to approve 115 Orange Street or just wait?
I think,
Oh, no, I think we should move ahead with approving the first one.
Okay.
Then we'll need a motion for that.
Okay.
let's see. I'll make a motion to approve the facade improvement program for 115 Orange Street.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion, a second, to approve the facade improvement for 115 Orange Street. Is there any discussion on the motion? Not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, then I'll need a motion to send
The,
B back to the Planning Commission.
okay. Motion to send the project 139, at 139, 141 Broad Street back to the commission to discuss window restoration
Second?
Okay, we have a motion, a second, to send back to the planning commission to discuss windows for 139, 141 Broad Street. Any discussion on the motion? Not all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the next item on the agenda is Resolution 63-25, accepting public improvements for Great River Second Edition development. Matt?
Thank you, Mayor. So in August of 2021, the city approved the Great River Second Edition, which was developed by the Mouse. Al and Chris Most are both here tonight to represent the project. The public improvements for this project have now been built or substantially completed. They consist of sanitary sewer, 2,879 square or linear feet, water main, 3,224 linear feet, and then road in terms of linear feet, 3,700. Per our city code, it does require a resolution be adopted by city council approving and accepting these public improvements. We have worked with the Mouse and reviewed the project, and we believe right now everything matches the requirements that we have. So before you is that resolution accepting that. We can turn it over to Al and Chris if either of you want to speak at all.
Okay.
So I don't, can you review
So
council
they
any
did put
comments or
this
questions?
second layer of blacktop on the finish? Okay. I thought that was the only thing that was kind of short last year.
Okay, so then I'll entertain a motion to approve Resolution 63-25.
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 63-25, accepting public improvements for Great River Second Edition development.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion, a second to approve Resolution 63-25. Is there any discussion on the motion? Not all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carried. Thank you, gentlemen. The next item on the agenda is Resolution 64-25. Support for Wisconsin Department of Transportation 2026 through 2030 Transportation Alternatives Program, also known as TAP. Matt?
Thank you, Mayor. So back in October's 27th meeting, the council reviewed the three design options that we were considering as part of the Wisconsin DOT TAP program. Ultimately, what was selected included the option of looking at closing a portion of Orden Road and moving forward with that. The grant application was required to be submitted by November 1st, and that deadline has been met. So the full application has been submitted, but the last final item that the DOT needs is a resolution of support. So before you tonight is that resolution of support that not only it looks at the total project scope in terms of the pedestrian bridge, and then the trail and sidewalk improvements that are located throughout it that we reviewed at that October meeting. Per their program, the TAP program funds up to 80% of project costs, with the city then be responsible for the last 20%. And a funding decision is expected in May and June from the Wisconsin DOT. So with that, I'll turn it over to council for council questions.
Any general idea what this project should cost, total, roughly?
I think it was just under 6 million with all.
So we would be for 1.2, roughly.
Yes. If you give me a sec, I could.
Well,
give you the
it's close,
exact
it's
number.
close enough,
Okay.
because I'm sure there'll be add-ons and subtractions and everything else.
Motion to approve Resolution 64-25, support for Wisconsin Department of Transportation TAP program.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion, a second to approve Resolution 64-25. Is there any discussion on the motion?
Where are we gonna get the money for 1.2?
So right now, it's in our capital improvement plan that we were going to borrow for Orton Road. So the question, I guess, will be really what ends up coming at the final project cost, because the mill and overlay would be part of that, but right now it's built into our capital.
Well, it's part of the program already.
Through a borrowing, yes.
I was thinking it was 1.2 over above.
No, so it would be I guess, how much does the mill and overlay, because we have it built in at 1.6, so if it's at 1.2, 1.3, the mill and overlay, if it comes in another 300,000, we'd still have to be within project scope in terms of the borrowing that we have in there, but if it comes in higher than that, then.
And that's part of the grant that we're trying to get anyway, isn't it?
The mill and overlaying itself would not be part of the grant, but all the other work that we previously had in terms of the trail and the sidewalk would be part of the grant.
That's just part of the grant, okay.
Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carried. Next item on the agenda is Resolution 65-25, excuse me, amending the City of Prescott fee schedule for 2026. Matt?
Thank you, Mayor. So just some updates to our city fee schedule as part of what we just recently did with our budget, as well as updating our impact fees. So within the impact fee schedule that we're proposing for 2026 is the updated compost site permit fees. This is $20 for residents, and then upping the non-residents $20 to match that to $55. We just did some language change from, right now our fee schedule says goat permit, but it should say temporary goat permit. That's used for invasive species that we did like 3 years ago. Increase the single daily use boat launch fee to $15 as approved by council as part of the 2026 budget. Currently set at $12. Updated the impact fees. Our old fee schedule didn't have the updated multifamily, which was for 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, so that is now part of it. And then we revised the water utility fees to match our Step 2 increase as approved by the Wisconsin Public Service Commission as part of our rate case study on February 3rd of 2025. What I'm to note is with this, though, is this is pending Wisconsin DNR approval of our well number 3 improvements. So if we don't get that before the end of December, that will actually be, those implementation would be pushed back to beyond January 1st of this year. So with that, I'll turn it over to council for comments and questions.
Is that approval likely or disapproval likely to come before the end of the year?
Based on a conversation I had today on an update, yes, we are thinking it is, but we are still waiting to hear if it has to be approved by multiple people at the DNR, or if it has to, that could end up delaying it if there's project checklists in terms of some of the minor details that have to be ironed out.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 65-25, amending the City of Prescott fee schedule for 2026.
Second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve Resolution 65-25. Is there any discussion on the motion? Not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Okay, under other business, there's no council meeting Monday, December 22nd. 2026 spring election packets are available for nominees at City Hall, due on January 6th at 4:30. Should we give what wards that are open?
Ward 3 and 4, and then the mayor race is open.
Okay, thank you. Then the intergovernmental meeting of Prescott Area Fire and EMS Association, Wednesday, January 14th at 7 p.m. Is there any other business?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
A motion, a second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you.
You guys plan on adding more lots?